Welcome to the webinar where I will discuss how to unlock stability for publishers through future-proofing with commerce media. So just a short intro. My name is Peter Majsek. I'm a business development director at Zeropark with a 15-year plus experience in the digital advertising space. I have a background in domaining. At some point I managed over 1 million domain names, and now I lead the business development team at Zeropark, where we help publishers and media owners to drive efficient monetization and incremental performance for their brands and for their products. I had like a slight deviation at one point in my career when I started a chain of what is now 6 Vietnamese baguette restaurants in the Czech capital of Prague. So my esteemed colleague Mateusz Drela, in his presentation for Digiday, used this picture to make some sort of a point. So I was in that presentation at Digiday Digiday Miami in spirit, and now I can take on in real life. And I would like to follow up on some of the points that Matt made during that conference. And I would like to kick it off with discussing the pain points that modern media owners face in relation to the ads that they work with. So if there is a disengagement with a platform, a negative perception of advertising will be one of the main culprits. And if you want to break that down, it's very kind of self-explanatory, but it doesn't hurt to kind of establish the points one by one. So overall, too many ads. Over 53% of consumers say that just being overwhelmed with ads leads to a negative experience with the property, with the publisher, and forces them to have a negative outcome in relation to those ads. Next thing that people find problematic is too aggressive ads that block content that they're trying to access. You have to click through some windows just to get the information you really need. There are pop-ups that just skip into what you're trying to find, etc., etc. Another one will be that they're getting ads that are not relevant to them, ads that just simply have nothing to do with what that person wants, and he just gets bothered by their actual appearance. When ads appear to something that's completely irrelevant to what that person is actually reading, so that's self-explanatory again. You don't really want to read about ads for washing machines when you're reading about cosmetics. Then there's another edge of this sword, and that would be ads that seem to follow me, and those are ads that are clearly driven by cookies, make the consumer feel like he's being followed, that there's too many information about him. And I can give a personal anecdote. I have once bought a lawnmower, and like for the next week or 2 weeks, I kept getting lawnmower ads shown to me over and over again, which clearly was completely irrelevant to what I wanted, because I already had what I and how many lawnmowers do you buy? Not within a month, but how many lawnmowers you buy throughout your whole life. So that is another thing, and ads that are too targeted, that's just like a different version of what I just described. People just feel that they're being followed, their information is being leaked. They feel like it's interfering with their privacy, and that's something that they don't like. Obviously, ads without diversity and inclusivity can force people to feel negatively about not just the ad, but the publisher themselves. And as an extension of this, insensitive pandemic ads are also a drive off for consumers. And, you know, people spend more time than ever on the internet. The pandemic has driven a lot of us online. We have gotten used to make purchases online, not just for the typical things, but shopping, daily food, etc. We're all doing it, and this leads to a paradox where the people are spending more time online, but they are less engaged with the ads. And RPM for banners and other display formats are plummeting. And why is this? Well, one of the things is that people are affected by something that can be described as banner blindness. So almost 90% of consumers just ignore and overlook banners. So they're scrolling your phone endlessly. You're spending more time on your phone than ever before, yet you just don't see the ads. You just go through them. They are not relevant to you. You have learned that they're not relevant to you, and you just move on. A lot of these experiences actually drive people to install ad blockers, where ad blockers just straight out block away any ad that could be shown in your platform to a consumer. Even if it was relevant to him, he's never going to find out. So this negative experience will lead to him actually taking action and stopping ads being shown. And the blindness and the displeasure consumers feel when seeing banner ads simply leads to lower click-throughs. So at the point of 2023, the click-through was about was very, very, very small, less than 1%, which is extremely small. And obviously this lowers the revenue potential that display or banners can have for a publisher. And it will not just drive off the users, but also at some point advertisers are going to start withdrawing their budgets, seeing this as seeing banners as kind of a negative, ineffectual way to place their marketing budgets. And in the ever-changing landscape, that digital media is, the struggle never ends. We live in a time of economic uncertainties. We just discussed that the RPMs for display for banners are falling. Brands, agencies, affiliates are tightening their budgets. They're looking for performance more and more. Vanity metrics, awareness, etc., are being put on a lower priority level. Extended payments for media budgets are becoming a reality. Privacy regulations, in Europe, it has already started with GDPR. The United States are going to get there at some point. Everybody constantly discusses the new Google cookie policy. That will also happen at some point in time. And last but not least, we are constantly being challenged by new appearing trends, such as the turmoil around AI, where advertisers are looking for the next big thing, and there's always a struggle for a publisher to not be left behind. And as I said before, the consumer behavior shift is clear. People are no longer using just one channel to purchase. They spend more time on the internet, but they actually discern much more in how they're gonna interact with it. And this sounds all negative, but there are strategies that can be used to to drive profitability to your platform as a publisher. And for us at Zeropark, our idea is that consumer experience is king. It is extremely important that the consumer on your platform is actually having a good time, and his customer journey is not interrupted but enhanced. And this can be done through visibility. So, ad formats that seamlessly meld with the platform generate at 53% more views than banner ads. Like, people are much more willing to interact when something is unobtrusive and not aggressive. A consumer journey is definitely one of the things that can be maintained with an ad when the ad is relevant and connected to the editorial context that they see, that the consumer sees on the publisher on the publisher's property. Non-intrusive ads increase the consumer's purchase intent, almost 20% increase in the consumer's willingness to actually go through with a purchase. So, very bottom of the funnel, performance-oriented spike that we can see when a non-intrusive ad format is introduced. And last but not least, the fact that these consumers are more engaged with the ad and they are more likely to convert for the brand, for the agency, for the affiliate through this ad makes this consumer much more valuable for the advertiser and therefore for the publisher, because the publisher can sell that consumer for almost 3 times more revenue than he would normally do. And we make media owners and publishers, we enable them to focus on what that matters the most. And what that matters the most is connecting brands, publishers, and consumers, and making sure that everybody's needs are met. So, when we talk about publishers, we offer publishers future-proof monetization and, incremental revenue to what they are actually doing. We don't use cookies. So it is something that the publisher can use to look to the future. And he can also use it as an addition to the established channels he or she is already using. For consumers, we offer consumers an improved consumer journey with a friction-free experience that will make the consumer much more likely and happier to actually, convert into a sale or convert into an action. And for advertisers, we obviously are able to offer brand-safe placements where we know they're gonna appear with publishers who are gonna make them look great as part of the non-aggressive, as part of their design. And we are able to deliver them motivated audiences who are spurred by the unobtrusive and positive effect of these ads, which actually help the users get what they want, and that makes them more likely to convert. So we at Zeropark are trying to capture all these three sections of a positive ad sell, and we are there to connect and make sure that everybody is happy. And to future-proof your monetization strategy, you can start with us thinking about that there's almost $1 million a month of $1 million a month of available media budgets at Zeropark. So we definitely have many campaigns that are ready to be unleashed on your property, on your publisher, yes, on your website. We can offer up to 50,000. We get up to $50,000 average weekly payouts per placements. We work very closely with both our advertisers and our publishers so that we ensure almost 100% sellout rate. And because of the effect that publishers and publishers the positive effect that the ad placements have for our publishers and therefore they have for our advertisers, we are able to offer much higher RPMs than normal. And with over with average $100 RPMs, I think that this can be very, very competitive. This is an example of how your monetization potential can be increased without any strain. So we are able to connect you with brands like Samsung, which are clearly capable of providing high CPC placements that you would be able to show your consumers. And when you think about something like the New York Post, we gave them the opportunity to work with Samsung and show that a TV in this example doesn't have to be sold through Amazon, where 10-cent CPC would be offered, but that this TV can actually be sold directly through Samsung, and almost like a 10x CPC was reached through our cooperation with the New York Post. What we are gonna say about Zeropark, or what I'm gonna say about Zeropark, is that we are here to help you drive incremental revenue and profitability and growth. So what we offer you is to be able to tap into the premium portfolio of our demand partners. Some of them you can see above my head, and efficiently diversify revenue streams that you already have. So we are not here to completely replace display banners. We're not telling you to abandon what you have known for all this time. We're just telling you it's now time that you can actually diversify this income. You can make it more attractive, and you can definitely do that with us. And obviously, as I said, consumer experience is king. So through our placements that I will show in a little bit, you can definitely enhance and maintain a high quality of the consumer experience for your readers, for your audience in general. So I would like to just take a brief moment to go through in general what we do, what formats I'm talking about when I'm talking about formats that are unobtrusive, actually help the consumer in his consumer journey, etc. And then I will give you some concrete examples with the publishers that we already work with. So some of the placements I'm talking about will be suggestion tiles. So tiles are those little icons that can open during when you use your mobile phone or your browser or your browser in your PC, and it's basically these tiles that represent brands that we work with, and when somebody clicks on that tile, they get taken directly to your brand's website. So for an advertiser, the journey is very quick. Somebody has to have the intention of clicking on that brand. They had the offer very unobtrusively show up when they were typing a web address. So it's very unobtrusive. It actually shortens the way. You don't have to type. Shortens the way to the brand, and therefore delivers a very motivated consumer. Another even more, I would dare to say, targeted more intention-based placement would be autocomplete. And that is when a person starts typing in his or her brand that they're having in mind, that they're searching for to make a purchase with, to make an action with. We are able to work with publishers to deliver these autocompletes that show up after you type in 3 letters. And once again, if somebody starts typing in a brand name and he gets suggested that brand, which is now only a click away or a tap on the screen away, they know what they want that brand, and when they click it, the advertiser is going to get one very motivated consumer. And last but not least, the commerce content, that is when a user is engaging with relevant content. And I will go to examples a little bit later, but basically it is content that is directly tied to the editorial content of a website, and it again offers a seamless experience where a content on a site directly leads to the brand that's being discussed. And here are concrete examples. So these are placements that that work, that we work with the publishers that I'm going to be mentioning. And first we will talk about buy now pay later applications. So we work with many buy now pay later applications, but here in this example we work with Klarna. So here is an example of a tile appearing in the Klarna app. So a person, already highly motivated, he's on Klarna, he got a loan, he's already thinking about what to buy. So when he sees a tile of a brand that's relevant to him, the click going to that brand is going to be very valuable due to the high motivation of the user. And the same thing is going to happen during autocomplete. Here he's trying to search for Nike. Nike gets immediately auto-suggested, and it leads for a quicker journey, seamless consumer experience, and resulting in a positive consumer for the advertiser, who's then willing to pay much more to the publisher such as you. And commerce media, there's many examples. So one could be price comparison sites. So when we talk to price comparison sites, they will show a product and suggest multiple stores that can actually deliver that product to the consumer. This is a perfect space for a retail store to advertise, and the high motivation of the user is already there because he's looking at the prices, he's motivated, he's looking at that product, he's trying to find out the best way to buy that product. So the motivation there is high. And then we've all been there. So you open a new tab in a browser, in a search engine extension, etc. And the placements we work with search engines will be these tiles underneath the search bar. Once again, a user will only click that when that tile is relevant to him. So it's very unobtrusive. It's a suggestion. Actually, the user can design his or her own suggestions there, so that he can put relevant brands or that are relevant to them. So once again, this is during the discovery phase of the consumer journey, and it just shortens that route, cutting off the middleman, cutting off the Googles, and just taking the publisher directly to a brand, and the brand directly to a sale. We also work a lot with coupon sites. So this is an example of coupon follow. Once again, we work with both autocomplete and tiles in coupon follow and other coupon sites. We have a partnership with Yahoo. So Yahoo has this special Yahoo Mail placement when a brand can be suggested. This is another variant of the same. commerce content. Now here you have the exact example. So somebody at Forbes Vetted, in this case, is talking about Estee Lauder's repair serum, and through a very distinctly placed ad that takes you directly to be able to buy that product at the brand of the advertiser that we work with. It allows completely seamless experience for the publisher, for their consumers, and then delivers a highly motivated highly motivated consumer to the advertiser. So obviously these work and look fantastic as well. Zeropark is a partner with Microsoft. So through us, we will enable you to challenge your biggest market competitors. We offer you to reach, we offer through our partnership with MSN our advertisers to reach new purchase-driven audiences. And with what we do with MSN is not different than what we do with the other publishers I was talking about previously. We will work with them with mail placements such as this one in Outlook Mail. We are working with the Bring comparison shopping that is also under the Microsoft banner. We work with Start Shopping. Start is their news aggregator. So it's like a news product aggregator, also owned by Microsoft. So we will be able to work with placements right inside, and obviously very amazing tiles in the Microsoft Edge quick links. They call it quick links, but I call them tiles. Essentially, is the same thing. The brand of our advertisers appear there. In Europe, we also have unique partners. So in Europe, we, for example, partnered with Huawei. With Huawei, we have unique access to their programmatic network, especially working with them on an autocomplete. So in the Huawei mobile browser, we work with autocomplete placements, and obviously we work in the Huawei browser also with tiles, making this an equivalent of what we do in the US, but Huawei is a European partner. So those are examples of the placements that we work with. I will share this presentation with you at some point, or my team will be able to share this presentation with you. We have a moment for a Q&A session. So I was wondering, there's a Q&A section. There's a Q&A section. So there's a question of what other buy now pay laters we work with. So we work with other buy now pay later publishers rather than just Klarna. So it would be Affirm, Afterpay. We will work with in Europe with Twisto, and then there's also Zip.co that are all partnered up with Zeropark, and the cooperation works great. I can only stress that not only we provide a seamless experience for the consumers that work with these aforementioned buy now pay later apps, but we also through these apps we are able to deliver like super bottom of the funnel motivated consumers to our advertisers. Yeah. So thank you for that question. If there's anybody else, So the question is how much of our traffic is syndicated versus how much is direct. So at this point, I would say that most of our publishers come through us directly, but a sizable portion will be syndicated through other networks. Our advantage, what I would say to boost the advantages that Zeropark has is that we offer a lot of transparency both to our publishers and to our advertisers. So we are able to share as much as possible so that we are transparent. Our publishers know which brands are interested in their property, and our advertisers know exactly from which publishers they are getting those highly motivated users. So mostly, I would say more than half is direct, but a sizable portion is going through other partners of ours, on which we add a layer of transparency and expertise where we help both publisher and advertiser to maximize their revenue. I hope that answered your question. I'm gonna assume that there are no more questions. So thank you for the attention that you have paid to my webinar presentation. As I said, we're going to be following up with a recording of this webinar, and I assume I will my contact information or contact information of our team will be attached to that follow-up communication. So at any point of time, please reach out to me or any of my team, and we will be happy to answer any questions. We are here to work with publishers and closely and build up those relationships. So we are happy to help you set up with us from the bottom up. Thank you again, and have a good day, and have a good night if you are watching from Europe. Thank you.